It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see a rematch from Super Bowl 33. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Denver Broncos, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the capital city of Colorado. Welcome to Denver and Empower Field at Mile High. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go from Denver. On the return, here's Mims. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon, who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
A tough spot here. Third and long. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And it's fourth down, so here comes Riley Dixon to punt. To return is Williams. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
Mike, I remember the first time I watched one of his college games, and I was blown away. I mean, the accuracy. That ball looks like it's jumping out of his hand. He is physically talented. He's mature. He's played a lot of football. He has overcome a lot of adversity, man. That is a formula for success in the NFL. He might have to wait a little bit to find his time, but the more opportunities he gets like here in this one, I think he has a bright future. This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. That'll be caught by McLeod. And he will go all the way. Ray McLeod. Touchdown, Atlanta. Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense going to take over now for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Throwing is Nix. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he will have a Broncos 1st down. They needed 2 and gained 6. They'll go again with Williams. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Williams gets it on the draw. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. A.J. Terrell up for the tackle. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. It's the Falcons with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. Nick's going to keep it on the zone read. And he's not going to get there. Coming up a couple of yards short. This is going to be a turnover on downs.
4th down, you want to make sure you give your quarterback the option to keep the ball in his hands, and that's exactly what they decided to do, and the defense was ready. They played assignment football, everyone did their job, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
The Falcons offense ready to take over for their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Another run here for Robinson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He finds Darnell Mooney for the catch. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
2 minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I return to Denver after this. 1st and 10 now from the 36. From the gun, here is Penix. He'll get this to McLeod. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. On play action, Penix. He's going to tuck it and go. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Penix. That's caught. It's high. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough. But you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Whose kick is good. And the Falcons going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, here's Mims. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense going to get it one final time in this first half. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Throwing, Nix. This one to the tight end, Trotman. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. These 2 teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Ray McLeod on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. Second down and 8. To throw is Penix. That's complete to McLeod. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Here's first and 10. Here's Penix. There's Kyle Pitts with the grab. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
They run over center with Robinson, and he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short, but there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Throwing now, Penix on first down. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look.
The speed on display. He's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Get home, boys. We got this.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it, and he is stopped at the 25, and the drive will begin there. The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive, as they'll begin here with first down. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play. Third down and 9. To throw is Nix. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. They get 12 yards on that pass. First down, Broncos.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Nix to throw. Got it into the hands of Mims. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, Mike, this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Third down, 3 to go. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He finds Mims. It's complete. And he's going to have enough for a 1st down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
He's got it at the 3. And he is close to the pylon, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a 1st down. It's 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I think everyone in the stadium is expecting a run there. So what do on these early downs? You call play action. I love it. You're hoping to catch them off guard and selling out on the run here down near the goal line, but the defense was ready for it. Nowhere to go with the ball. It's a really nice job there by the defense, staying disciplined.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Denver. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Broncos are back in this one. It's 17-7. Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Falcons offense ready to take over once again. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They send him right out of the slot. On first down, it's Robinson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll go again with Robinson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. This defense in desperate need of a stop, and here comes third down. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. So on fourth down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. And back deep is Marvin Mims. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Troutman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down. They'll throw. It's Nix. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
They need a late recovery to have any chance. Here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Down to a knee, one more time. And that should just about do it. The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL.